Halo, Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Adam Rizal Kamal and my friends.
My name is Muhammad Afir Aldo Zulkarnain.
Okay, let's go to video. Hello everyone and welcome back to our academic podcast. My name is Adam and today we're stepping into a topic that seems ordinary on the surface, but once you start feeling its apart, it becomes surprisingly complex. Citizenship in the modern era. We live in the time when identity, rights, and belong are no longer defined only by a passport or national border. Today, they trade across migration partners, digital network, and global challenge.
Okay, and I'm Rado. We choose this topic because citizenship today is experiencing a transformation unlike any moment in modern history. The United Nations 2023 in International Migration Report notes that there are over to 281 million international migration globally, meaning millions live outside the citizenship frameworks they were born into. At the same time, we have a rise of digital citizenship. According we are social digital 2024 report, more than 5 billion people are online. That roughly 60 of 66 of the world population. This means political participation, civic responsibility, and community building happen not only on the ground but also in digital sphere.
Okay, exactly, and that not even continue challenge like algorithm government, truth politics, global fight risks, and the influence of AI on democracy life. So, this podcast will explore three angles. One, national citizenship, how traditional moderns are saying. Two, digital citizenship, how technology reshapes participation. And three, global citizenship, whether it can exist beyond theory, will also reflect on responsibility, risk, and the future direction of citizenship.
Okay. Our main golding the question is, what does it mean to be a citizen in an era where borders are porous, information is instant, and global crises are shared? We'll take turn asking the question and responding with evidence from incredible sources, while keeping the conversation as natural as possible.
Okay, let's begin. Okay, question one. Question one. Okay. Question one. Many scholars argue that citizenship is under pressure from globalization, mobility, and technology. Pressure from what do you think are the strong forces reshaping citizenship today?
There are three dominant forces reshaping citizenship. First, global immigration. The UN's 2023 report saw that the number of migrants has grown by nearly 90 million. In the last 2 decades, migration is no longer drivers only by economic, but also climate displacement, education, and conflict. We are saying we are seeing in a rise in transnational citizens, people who work, study, or live across several countries. Second, economic integration. Trade blocs like the IU, ASEAN, and Mercosur promote cross-border labor mobility. The EU, for example, legally recognize EU citizenship, which grants 50 million people the right to live and work anywhere within the Union. That's a radical evolution of citizenship beyond the national state. Third, digital transformation. Citizenship today includes digital identity. Estonia famous residency program show how states now offer a digital citizenship privilege even to non-residents. So the force reshaping citizenship are global economic and technological happening simultaneously. Okay. Now, question two. With digital citizenship expanding, do you think the internet is generally democratizing participation, or it creating the inequalities?
Okay, it's both. The experimental side, digital platform allow people to participate in political more easily. The UCD 2023 reveals that the government's service reduce administrative barriers by to by up to 40%. Okay, especially in public service and online activism, like digital petition and political campaign allows young people to participate without needing money. Okay, hairy and political connection, but the inequality side is serious. UNESCO as Digital Inclusion Report 2000 to 2024 states that 2007 to 6 billion people are still offline. Meanwhile, data from the World Economic Forum show that low-income citizens often have power internet speed, limit access to device, and lower digital literacy, and their algorithm and quality. Few research 2023 found that 65% of adults worry that political content is filtered by biased algorithm. This means digital participation is saved not only by access but by the invisible architecture of social media. So, yes, digital citizenship expand participation but also get a new digital class system. Okay. Next question of me. Question, question three. Okay. Question three. Question three is less that global citizenship. Do you think global citizenship is become a real identity, or is it mostly a symbolic concept? Question three. Okay.
It's more real than people realize. Identity-based evidence 2022 study by the World Economic Forum found that your 98 some 98 increasingly identify as global citizens. Many feel connected to global issues like climate change, human rights, and digital freedom. Educational shift UNESCO education for global citizenship framework is now adopted in more than 17 countries. Emphasizing global responsibility in school curricula. But legally, global citizenship doesn't exist. No global passport, no global legal protection, no global voting system. So, global citizenship exists socially, ethically, and psychologically, but not in law. It's emerging from of identity, not a formal political status. Okay, question four.
Question for you. Okay.
With polarization and misinformation rising, what responsibility should define a modern democratic citizen?
Okay. Answer of me. It point to four responsibilities. One, critical information literary. OECD request in 2023 so this misinformation reduces public. Okay, let's go.
Sorry.
Translate.
How are you?
First, by up to
Hey mate, how are you?
20 and 30%. So, fitting information is now a civic
We not say
duty. And two, active participation,
we say
voting, community, volunteering, and engaging in police discussion. Real research so further does not has been disclaimed in multi-five democracy. Respectful digital engagement, the modern citizenship, the citizen has to navigate digital space without contribution to harassment, hate speech, or disinformation. And for next for environmental responsibility, climate change doesn't respect borders. Citizenship today includes sustainable behavior, energy awareness, and responsibility. So modern citizenship blends offline and online ethics. Okay. Question 5 of me. How how AI technology like facial recognition, algorithm governance, and participate polling changing the rights of citizens.
This one of the biggest issue for our era. The EU Fundamental Rights Agency 2023 warns that AI-based system may violate privacy and disproportionately target minority groups. For example, facial recognition technologies have been shown to misidentify people of color at significantly higher rates according to the MIT Media Lab 2018 study that sparked global regulation debate. AI reshapes citizenship in three ways: One, surveillance citizenship. Citizen becomes of data subjection, of data collection. Two, algorithmic fairness. Rights depend on whether algorithms are transparent. Three, data sovereignty. People demand control over their personal information, so citizenship today include digital rights, privacy, algorithmic transparency, and data security. Okay. Question 6. Do you think modern citizenship will become more inclusive globally or more exclusive due to nationalism and geopolitical nation? Geopolitical tension.
Okay, my friends, the trend is mixed. Inclusive trends, countries like Canada, Portugal, Australia, and New Zealand have expanded pathways for migrants. The OECD 2023 report highlight growing interest in multi-citizenship recognitions, inclusive trends, rising nationalism is pushing other countries to tighten border. For example, the UK and the US have increased entry restrictions, and many UA states are debating critical asylum policy to the direction in the payments in the defense on political leadership, economic condition, and public attitude. Okay, next question 7. Question 7. How do you, the climax, change influence the future of citizenship?
Climate change is becoming a major force. The UNHCR estimates that more to 2001 million people are displaced each year due to climate related disaster. This raises huge question: should climate refugees be given new citizenship rights? Should nations contribute to share global responsibility? Should countries with high emissions provide support to vulnerable regions? Climate change is pushing us toward a more interconnected form citizenship, one based on planetary responsibility rather than national borders. Okay. Question 8 is, if you could redesign citizenship today, what element you include to make it more relevant for the modern era?
Okay, my friends. I would realistic in outer four principle and one legal inclusive action pathway for migrant and stateless people. Next to digital right, privacy access and protection from algorithm bias. And 3, global responsibility, cooperative on climate, health, and peace. And 4, civic education, teach people how to act critically, ethically, and actively. Citizenship has to expand beyond the passport. It was reflect, bro. I'm sorry. Must reflect how interconnect or what already is. Okay. In plus the podcast. Okay. So today we're explaining how citizenship is being expanded by globalization, technology, mobility, climate challenge, and digital participation. The old model of citizenship was truly on order is long no longer enough to describe how people live today. Okay. Statement you, my friends.
We also look at responsibility, critical literacy, ethical digital behavior, and participation in democratic life. Citizenship is becoming more demanding but also more empowering. People today have more ways to participate than any previous generation.
And yet, challenge remain inequality, surveillance, nationalism, and climate displacement. The future of citizenship will define how we respond to see issue individually and collectively.
Thank you for joining our podcast. We hope this dialogue depends your understanding of what it means to be a citizen in modern era, not just by a law, but through identity, responsibility, and global connection.
Okay, thank you,
Thank you.
for everyone.
Thank you for everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Bye bye.